people, join the followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Savior's Day. Celebrate the birth of our Savior, Allah, Master Farad Muhammad, Wednesday, February 26, 2020, at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, free admission, 12609 East McNichols in Detroit, Michigan.
What the black man and woman needs to know about the nation, about the world, about themselves. Muhammad Speaks It. To order your 12-issue subscription to Muhammad Speaks newspaper, 313-371-7033. 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Muhammad Speaks presents Messenger Elijah Muhammad's Teachings by Minister Khalil Shabazz every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit.
Brothers and sisters, rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praises due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone beseech for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teaching. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served worth of praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. I'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters that extended us the greetings of Assalamu alaikum. We have Brother Dewan Rafiq and Brother Rahman Rafiq. We have Brother Wakil Muhammad from Atlanta. We have Brother Abdul Ali from Maryland. We have Brother William Al Malik from New York. We have Brother Hanif from Hawaii. We have Brother Ad from Indianapolis. And we have Brother Abdul Hassan from Virginia. And I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Today, brothers and sisters, we're going to talk about our actual facts board. And this is what this is called, an actual facts board. And the first thing we want to know is, what does actual fact mean? What does it mean when you say actual fact? It says actual, if you describe something as actual, it really exists or is true. You might excitedly tell your friends that you saw an actual bald eagle land on your mailbox. Use the adjective actual when you want to emphasize that something is certain or confirmed, especially when it's different from what you expected. So these is actual facts about the devil and actual facts about the black man.
Yes, sir.
Actual facts.
Yes, sir.
So if you see a bald eagle on your mailbox, a person not expecting you to say that. So you got to say, I actually saw an actual bald eagle on my mailbox, to give it that extra emphasis that this is something you ain't going to expect me to say about this bald eagle on my mailbox. So this is an actual fact.
Yes, sir.
So what does fact mean? It says a fact is something that is known to be consistent with objective reality and can be proven to be true with evidence. Now, objective reality, because we're not used to objective reality. Objective means it regards the nature of reality independent of our opinions about it. So, a fact is something that's consistent with objective reality and can be proven with evidence.
Yes, sir.
That's what a fact is. It ain't got nothing to do with your opinion.
Right. Yes, sir.
So this board right here is an actual facts board.
Yes, sir.
Actual facts about the black man and actual facts about the white man.
Yes,
And it's something that you wouldn't normally expect to be said about the black man or the white man.
Yes, sir.
All praise due to Allah. Now, the actual facts board is broke down in two categories. It says which one will survive the war of Armageddon. Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? Because the world is divided into two camps.
Yes, sir.
It's only two. It's Islam and it's Christianity.
Yes, sir.
Now we want to start with, this is an article to give you an understanding of these two categories. This is an article that was written in December 13th, 1956. This is from the Pittsburgh Courier. It says, "We are rising from the dead since we heard Messenger Muhammad speak." He says, before we heard the teachings of Messenger Muhammad, we, the American so-called Negro, were in the grave of ignorance. We had been taught by our Christian slave masters, as well as by our ignorant religious teachers, that God had cursed us black and sentenced us to a lifetime on earth of servitude to the Christian white race. Now, when the messenger was alive, this is how we understand this actual facts board. It says, before we heard the teachings of Messenger Muhammad, we, the American so-called Negro, were in the grave of ignorance.
Yes, sir.
That's still true today.
That's right.
It's just two camps.
Yes, sir.
Before you accept the teachings of the messenger, you're in the grave of ignorance.
That's right.
So all black people in America who not following the message is in the grave of ignorance.
Yes, sir. That's right.
No matter what you call. You might call yourself a Pan-African. You still in the grave of ignorance. You might call yourself a Sunni Muslim. You in the grave of ignorance. It don't make no difference what you are. It's only two camps.
Yes, sir.
Islam, Christianity.
Yes, sir.
It's only two camps. Then he refers to the white man as the Christian white race. The Christian white race. Because when we get an understanding of Islam, Islam is not a religion. Islam is the nature of the black man.
Yes, sir.
That's what Islam is.
That's right.
So we refer to it as a religion because people get caught up in this religious philosophy and religious thought. Say, I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. I'm a Buddhist. So if our nature is righteousness, and Islam is our nature to submit to the will of Allah,
Yes, sir.
that's our religion. That's what we do. If we're going to have a religion, Islam is our religion.
Right.
Because it's our nature.
Right.
It's our nature to submit to the will of Allah.
That's right.
So when we say the Christian white race, we ain't talking about people that just go to church. That's not what Christianity is. They're the Christian white race. All of them Christian. Care if they don't believe in Jesus at all. They're Christian. Because when you lie, you're a Christian.
Yes, sir.
When you fornicate, you're a Christian.
Yeah.
When you smoke cigarettes, you're a Christian. That's what Christians do.
That's right.
All praise due to Allah. That's what Christianity is.
Yes, sir.
It's the white race is the race of Christians.
Yeah.
They're the Christian white race. Yeah. So when we look at Christianity and Islam, we see slavery, suffering, and death. And then under Islam, you see freedom, justice, and equality. This is what you get when you accept Islam, and this is what you get when you accept Christianity.
That's right.
So we want to look at the message. It's called the truth of guilty made known. The messenger says, he says, what can the guilty say when the truth of their guilt is made known? I have been teaching for over 35 years what Almighty Allah God has revealed to me of the truth of this subject. The origin of sin, the origin of murder, the origin of lying are deceptions originated with the creators of evil and injustice, the white race. So all that was created by the white man.
Yes, sir.
This is an actual fact.
Right.
Something that you wouldn't be expecting to hear. You wouldn't be expecting for somebody to tell you that all the evil and sin in the world was created by the white man. But that's an actual fact.
Yes, sir.
Just what it is.
Right.
Something you ain't gonna be able that you wouldn't have expected to hear. That's why we call it actual facts.
Yes, sir.
We see these Christians standing here with this brother hanging from a tree. That's what they supposed to do. They Christians. That's what Christians do. And that's why we had this picture hanging up for you to show you all these Christians.
Right.
Doing what Christians do.
Right.
Being Christians. So we can show you, because a lot of times we get it confused when we see these old school pictures of the devil. We think, oh, that was back then. So we're going to show you some Christians in 2019. This right here is an article from December 18, 2019. It says sex trafficking victim 19 faces a life sentence for killing her abuser. Because in Christianity, it's slavery, suffering, and death.
That's right.
For the black man.
Right.
In Christianity.
Yes, sir.
But Islam is freedom, justice, and equality.
That's right.
Remember that. The white Christian race don't give you no justice.
That's right.
These the white Christians right here. This was an example of back in the day. Now we're going to show you an example of today in 2019. This says Crystal Kizzer met Randy Voller in 2016 when she was 16 and he was 33. Authorities say she was one of about a dozen victims of Voller's sexual abuse and filmed without their consent. So in the Christian world, in Christianity, they know that she was 16 and this devil was 33 when he first started abusing her. She gets facing life in prison for killing this devil. That's Christianity. Ain't no justice.
That's right.
Now,
Right.
the article goes on. It says, on the night of June 5th, 2018, Crystal shot Voller in the head twice at his home in Kenosha, Wisconsin, before setting his body on fire and fleeing the scene in his BMW. It says police located the vehicle hours later in Milwaukee and linked it to Crystal, who confessed to killing him when questioned by police. It says 4 months earlier, Valor had been arrested on charges of child enticement, using a computer to facilitate a child sex crime, and second-degree sexual assault of a child. Photo and video evidence found at his home indicated that Crystal was one of his victims. So they done arrested this devil 4 months before this and know that this sister is one of his victims. One of 12 of this devil's victims. So it goes on to say, it says Voller was inexplicably released from jail the day after his arrest, without bail, and remained free until the night Crystal shot. So, you being the black man, you say, okay, I'm going to let the law handle it. I ain't going to defend myself, I'm going to let the law handle it. The police got this devil. They know what he been doing to me. So they going to handle it. It's justice, it's Christianity. They going to handle it. It's the law. That's what they say. Let the law handle it. I read an article about Kwame. These devils, when you read the comment, that's the first thing I usually go read when I read stuff about black people and justice. Go read the comments of these devils. The devils say that Kwame deserved to be in jail. That's what he deserves to be. Because Kwame trying to get out of jail. But to them, that's where he's supposed to be. But Mike Duggan, this devil with Illich and all them robbing the black man, you can show him about the tax foreclosures, show him about the opportunity zones, all that. Illich ain't built nothing that he promised he was going to build with all them tax breaks he get, but them devils don't deserve to be in jail. But Kwame deserved to be in jail. This sister, they knew that this devil had her as one of his victims, one of 12. They had the computer evidence, they had photos and everything. So they catch him and let him go. So then it says, District Attorney Mike Gravely, whose office knew of the evidence against Voller but held off on prosecuting him, charged Crystal with first-degree intentional homicide and homicide. So to prosecute, withheld evidence for this devil so he can go free. This same devil convicts her of first-degree murder. The same Christian, the same devil. Actual facts. This picture might be in black and white, but it's still happening today.
Right.
All praise due to Allah. We get it confused with these black and white pictures. When we see a black and white picture of the white man being a Christian, we think, oh, that was back then. It's 2019. Same thing happening in 2019.
That's right.
They withhold evidence for the devil so he can get off. Now, not only do you have because the police and the prosecutor working together, they didn't even know she was going to kill this devil. The police just let him go. But the prosecutor said, we're going to withhold evidence for him. And when she did kill him, they charged her with first-degree murder. So they working together. It's their nature.
Right.
That's why Islam is not a religion. Islam is your nature.
That's right.
And that's why we call the white man the Christian white race. Liars are Christians.
That's right.
Alcohol drinkers are Christians. Fornicators are Christians. So that's why when you come over into Islam, you got 6 months to device yourself at the devil's house.
Yes, sir. That's
You don't bring that Christianity into Islam.
right.
All praise due to Allah.
Yes, sir. That's
What?
right.
Why would you want to bring Christianity into Islam? Why? Why would you want to do that? Because you see you don't get no justice in Christianity. You see how the Christians do you. With black and white pictures and with colored pictures. This is a colored 2019 picture. This sister 19 years old. So what was she supposed to do? She's supposed to just sit there and continue to be abused? No, but in Islam, she wouldn't have been wrong in Islam. She wouldn't have been wrong in Islam to defend herself.
That's right.
That's your nature, to defend yourself. All praise due to Allah. That's Islam. That's your nature, to defend yourself.
Right.
But in Christianity, the black man ain't supposed to defend himself. If this brother would have killed one of them devils, they still would have hung. You just can't win. They still would have hung this brother.
sir.
If he would have killed one of these little white girls standing there smiling, he would have just threw a knife at her and hit her in the head.
Yeah.
He'd have still got hung. Because he ain't supposed to defend himself.
Right.
They don't even have a judge and jury for these brothers. They just hang. Many times when you read about these devils who used to hang black people, they used to go to the jail and get the brother.
That's right.
Before they even had a court.
That's right.
They didn't even have evidence on these brothers. Sometimes they would just pick up a brother they see walking down the street. Say he raped her. That was him.
Yep.
Take him to jail. Then they would say that they would leave the cell open. Because they knew the lynch mob was coming. That's what they called them, the lynch mob.
Right.
Coming to get the brother.
Right.
That's Christians. Slavery, suffering, and death. An actual fact.
Yes, sir. That's
Because
right.
actual facts have to do with evidence. Actual facts have to do with reality.
Right.
Objective reality. You ain't got nothing to do with your opinion. So when we talking about this death, we talking about actual facts.
Right.
Reality.
Right.
Objective reality. So we can go on with the messenger's arc. He goes on to say, he says, they were not made to love or respect any member of the darker nations. For they are by nature, as Almighty Allah has taught me, incapable of loving even themselves.
Yes, sir.
Another actual fact.
Right.
That's something that you wouldn't expect to hear about the devil. That he hate himself too. But the white man don't even love himself.
Right.
Actual fact. Let's look at an example. This is a cigarette. It says that there are 60 known cancer-causing substances in tobacco. Now, you would think, if the white man hated us so much, you would understand why he would give us a cigarette. Kill us all.
Right.
But the white man don't even love himself. Because he know it's 60 cancer-causing chemicals in cigarettes, and he still smoke. He don't love himself. These the devils we've been following for 400 years.
Yes, sir.
They the ones who got us all confused about loving ourselves, because they don't love themselves. So, in a cigarette, it says, these harmful chemicals include nicotine, a powerful, fast-acting, and addictive drug which reaches your brain in 7 seconds. So as soon as you take a puff, and 7 seconds later, that nicotine and already done reached your brain. It says it increases heart rate and raises blood pressure. It says it has carbon monoxide, a colorless poisonous gas found in high concentrations in tobacco smoke. When you inhale, it enters your bloodstream and interferes with the working of your heart and blood vessels. Now I remember they had this devil named Jack Kevorkian. He used to do that assisted suicide.
Right. Yeah.
They talking about it was illegal for this devil to do the assisted suicide, which he was trying to be merciful to the people.
Right.
You know, he's suffering.
Right.
We should have assisted suicide, but the devil like, no, that's inhumane.
Yeah.
They'll sell you a cigarette though.
Right.
Wait, man, all praise to Allah. It's the devil.
Yes, sir.
Actual facts.
Right.
He's a devil.
That's right.
You can't win with the devil.
That's right.
Can't win. I can't have assisted suicide after I smoke this cigarette and got lung cancer and I'm suffering. I can't breathe. But I can smoke the cigarette though. With all these harmful chemicals in the cigarette.
Right.
The white man, and he gonna smoke them too.
Right.
So here goes smoke chemicals in the cigarette. It has carbon monoxide, which is car exhaust. It has cadmium, which is batteries. It has arsenic in it, which is rat poison. It has ammonia, which is toilet cleanser. It has radon, which is radioactive gas. Methane, which is sewer gas. Tar, which is for road surfaces. Acetone, which is nail varnish remover. Then it has methanol, which is rocket fuel. Then it has butane, which is lighter fluid. All in one little cancer stick. All that stuff. Now you would understand if the white man hate us so much, he would give it to us. But the white man is incapable of loving even himself.
Yes, sir.
Because the white man was made to be destroyed.
Right.
He is a science experiment. When you have a large science experiment. Yaqub was the scientist.
Right.
There's his experiment. Just to see what would happen if the world was ruled under wickedness.
Right.
That's something when you read that to understand all this hate. We catch you.
Right.
Just because they want to see what would happen if the world was ruled by wicked. Like, wow.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir.
That's something else to think about.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
It's a science experiment by Yaqub.
Yeah.
So we go on. It says, they cannot produce good, for they are without the nature of good. Another actual fact.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at something that they produce that's not good. It says, this is from this doctor, it says cell phones and male infertility from a cell phone. They got diagrams of what happened when you use a cell phone. Because cell phones produce radiation
That's right.
when you put them up to your ear. Now, we all use cell phones.
Right. Yes, sir.
We use cell phones every day.
Yes, sir.
But cell phones produce radiation. We have them up to our head. And they also shows in this diagram all of the things that produce radiation. Our cell phone produce radiation. Cell phone towers. Wireless devices. Anything wireless. Your laptop. Your AM radio. Your TV. Your microwave. And the radar. All that produce radiation. So not only that, but this diagram also shows what happens when men put the cell phone in their pocket. It affects our sperm. Radiation. They say it damages DNA. Radiation. How many people put the cell phone in your pocket? This the death.
Right.
Actual fact.
Right.
They know this. They show you, give you a diagram, show you exactly what goes on.
Yeah.
It would seem like if he hated us, he'd just give us cell phones.
Right.
He used cell phones too.
Right.
The white man.
Right.
Incapable of loving his own self.
Right.
He don't even got no defense for this.
Right.
He use it just as much as we use it. Watch TV just as much as we watch TV. Eat just as much bad foods as we eat. When they was forcing us to eat hog, they was eating it too.
Right.
They just wanted the better high up on the hog. But it's still hog.
Right.
Still poison.
Right.
Processed meats, they say. Processed meats cause cancer. What they say. So, the definition for processed meats, they said any meat that they tamper with to make it to improve on the taste or prolong shelf life. So all meats is processed meats, pretty much. If you get you a smoked turkey, that's processed meat. Any kind of meat, any kind of seasoning they putting on it for the taste, that's processed meat. Any kind of meat that they want shelf life, increase the shelf life, that's processed meat.
Right.
Salmon, when you Google foods that cause cancer, salmon is one of them.
Right.
Who would think that salmon will cause cancer? Because they said that the best salmon to get is the wild caught salmon.
That's right.
But they say 60% of the salmon that you get is the farm raised salmon.
Yes, sir.
And they giving all kind of pesticides to
Yes,
it.
sir.
Actual fact.
Right.
White man's the devil.
That's right.
Actual fact.
Right.
We think that when we say the white man's the devil, it's something we trying to make fun of the white man. We ain't trying to make fun of him. It's actual facts.
That's right.
And that's why the actual facts board is sitting up in every temple for everybody to see. Actual facts.
Right.
All praise due to Allah.
That's right.
Because there's actual facts about the white man that you wouldn't believe. He a devil. You wouldn't believe that they're a race of Christians. You wouldn't believe that a liar is a Christian. You wouldn't believe that a hog eater is a Christian. That's an actual fact.
Right.
Because all of the Christian countries is what? White folks' countries. All of the countries. When you look up homosexuality, white people countries promoting that.
Right.
Christianity. You don't see no darker countries promoting transgender. That's white countries promoting transgender. Because that's Christianity. Started in the church. Homosexuality.
Right.
Started in the church.
That's right.
So the messenger goes on to say, he says, they cannot love Allah and his religion Islam. For it is against their nature to submit to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. All manner of evil and corruption has come from the white race. So the white man cannot submit to the teachings of the messenger. He can't do it. You can even look at this cigarette tail. The white man cannot submit to Islam. He hates himself.
Right.
You can't teach a man to love himself if he just hates himself by nature. He will make up stuff on his own. Because the black man hates himself because we was taught to hate ourselves.
That's right.
We was in the hands of an enemy 400 years. So we was taught to hate ourselves. It's their fault that we hate ourselves. But whose fault is it for them to hate themselves? Yaqub's fault. They father's fault. So you can't help it. They was made to be destroyed. And that's something that we can't believe. But that's an actual fact. But if you look at all of the stuff that's produced by the white man, cell phones, cars, you can Google cars and say the health risks of cars. They say the reason why we have so much global warming, where it's hot when it's supposed to be cold and cold because it's supposed to be hot. Not only do the car produce the carbon monoxide, but they talk about the production of a car. To produce rubber, to produce the gas that goes in, produce the paint, produce the plastic, produce all that stuff also causes the atmosphere, or causes pollution in the atmosphere and destroys the earth. The earth. They talk about how long the earth gonna last if this devil continue to go in the way he going. If he's left alone to do what he do, it ain't long. You can even, they tell you, we're going to be another ice age. And when they talk about an ice age, they talking about total destruction. That's how they say it to you. We're going to have another ice age. It's going to be another big bang. Because they know if they continue to go in that way, they're going to destroy themselves. So you have with the actual facts board to say which one will survive the war of Armageddon. Which one? And just by looking at Christianity, you know it can't survive. Christianity can't survive no war of Armageddon. It can't even survive if it's just left alone. Right. But we already know that it ain't going to survive, so just destroy it. Right. We see now what happens after the world is run by filth and indecency. We got enough of it. Now Master Farad Muhammad to come. Right. For us.
Right.
for the black man.
Right.
That's something that we need to know in Islam. God came for the black man and the black man alone.
Yes.
He didn't come for no Arabs. He didn't come for the Chinese. He didn't come for nobody but the black man.
Right.
When the messenger wrote his book, it's called Message to the Black Man in America.
Yes.
Now anybody can accept the truth. If the devil see that the messenger is the messenger, he can accept that like I accept that. That's true. He can accept it. But God didn't come for him.
Right.
He was made to be destroyed. So it don't even matter. You can accept it or not.
Right.
We didn't come for you.
Right.
Destruction was made for you before you was born. So it don't all praise due to Allah.
Right. Yes, sir.
It don't matter.
Right.
So, yeah, anybody can accept the truth. But Allah came for the black man.
Right.
It's the only one he came for.
Right.
And why wouldn't he come for the black man? This is the message.
Yes, sir.
Messenger Elijah Muhammad.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't God come for the black man? We just showed you a few things about this death. We ain't even really went in depth because we ain't got time to go into everything.
Right.
Why wouldn't God send somebody to help us?
Right.
If these devils kidnapped us, took us from our home and forced us to come here,
Right.
changed our names, changed our language,
Right.
changed our culture, made us hate ourselves, eat the wrong food.
Right.
This devil had total control over us for 400 years.
That's right.
Why wouldn't God send somebody to help us?
Right.
Only us.
Right.
Not nobody else, only us.
Right.
Oh, praise is due to Allah.
That's
Didn't nobody else try to help us.
right.
God sent back.
Right.
You got 6,000 years to see what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Who going to help who?
Right.
Who going to do the right thing? God, see, ain't nobody going to do the right thing, so I'm going to step in.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to help them. I'm going to go and raise a messenger for them,
Yes,
since
sir.
ain't nobody else going to help.
Right.
So God came and raised up the messenger for us.
That's right.
And that's another thing about this actual facts board that we won't accept. We're not expecting to hear somebody say that God only come for us.
Right.
We don't want to hear that.
Right.
It says, though we as people have become affected by over 400 years of contact with this race of devils, we have become like them in many ways.
Yes, sir.
So all I know, we righteous by nature. We've been in the hands of an enemy.
Right.
That's like if you got some poison. You can't purify no poison. But if you got some water that got some poison in it, you can say the water. Just get the poison out. But if you got straight poison, you ain't no help for the straight poison.
Right.
We got poison in us.
Right.
We've been poisoned by the white man.
That's right.
So God is coming to take that poison out.
Yes.
And the only way he gonna take the poison out is with Islam,
That's right.
our nature.
Yes, sir.
Freedom, justice, and equality. That's the nature of the black man. So it says, but we are not by nature evil or unrighteous. And this is what God knows. And that's why God came and raised up a messenger for the black man.
That's right.
Because we are righteous by nature.
Yes, sir.
But we've been poisoned by the white man.
That's right.
God, see, there was no help for us. No help at all. Everybody took advantage of the black man.
Yes, sir.
All over the world. Everybody take advantage of the black man. No matter if the black man is in America or the black man is in Africa. Everybody take advantage of the black man. So Islam ain't just something that's coming for the American so-called Negro. Islam is going to take over worldwide.
Yes, sir.
Because the planet Earth is the home of Islam.
Yes, sir.
That's why when you see in this flag, you see the sun, you see the moon, and the stars. And this is why on the messenger, you always saw him with the sun, moon, and stars on his hat,
Yes, sir.
on his face. Because this belongs to you and me.
That's right.
No actual fact. Something that the black man wouldn't be used to hearing nobody say the sun, moon, and the stars belong to me.
Right.
The sun, moon, and stars belong to the black man.
Yes, sir.
We have been robbed
That's right.
by the white man.
Yes, sir.
Robbed of our knowledge of self.
That's right.
Because if we had the knowledge of self, we wouldn't act like we act. We would love ourselves.
That's right.
It's natural to love yourself.
Right.
But black people have envy in ourselves about our brother.
Uh-huh.
And we'll love the devil over our brother.
That's right.
Because we Christians.
Yes, sir.
That's what they teach you in Christianity. They teach you to love your enemies.
That's right.
That's a teaching in Christianity. But in Islam, we don't teach nobody to love your. It's not natural to love your enemy.
That's right.
But the messenger says, since the white man know he the devil, the white man know he our enemy, he teach us that to be able to get among us.
Right.
Stay among us, to rule us.
Yes, sir.
Love your enemies. So if the white man do something against us, just like we see with this sister, they don't expect us to do nothing. They taught us to be Christians. So most black people don't do nothing when the white man do something to us, just like with these brothers. Most times you be so afraid that you don't do nothing to the white man. These black people could outnumber them white people. It could be 100 to 1. One white man could have came and lynched them brothers because we be so scared of it. But in Islam, the messenger says, it takes the fear out your heart.
That's right.
Once you accept Islam, because it's freedom, justice, and equality.
Yes, sir.
It's natural for you to love yourself.
That's right.
It's natural for you to defend yourself.
Yes, sir.
It's natural for you to help yourself.
That's right.
It's natural to do for yourself, or not to let somebody do for you what you can do for yourself. That's natural.
Yes, sir.
But we have to be taught that.
That's right.
That's a shame if you really think about it. It's natural to eat the right food. That's how deaf, dumb, and blind we are.
That's
It's
right.
natural to eat the right food.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're supposed to know how to do as a kid. Just like as a kid, you ain't supposed to know as an adult. You wouldn't eat a rat. You wouldn't eat no rat. Why would you eat a rat? For what? You know it ain't no nutrition in no rat. You know a rat eat filth. You can look at a rat and say, I don't want to eat no rat. But we eat a pig, which is cat, rat, and dog.
That's right.
100, it's what, 99.999% poison.
That's right.
Now in your right mind, because the messenger been out for years telling black people, don't eat the hog.
That's right.
It's the divinely prohibited flesh. We know that,
That's right.
but we still eat the hog.
Yes, sir.
Because we've been raised by the white man.
That's right.
And just like how the white man will smoke cigarettes himself, we eat the hog, even though we know
Right.
that the hog is divinely prohibited.
Yes, sir.
We've been in the hands of an enemy. We hate ourselves like the white man hated himself.
Yes, sir.
They taught us to do that.
That's
So
right.
we take on the characteristics of the white man. We love filth and indecency. We love it.
Right.
So you can tell a black man, when you go to the bar, the bartender might say, choose your poison. They say, choose your poison.
Right.
They ain't gotta lie to you and say, this is good for you.
Right.
Choose your poison.
Right.
On the rocks or not. On the rocks. I want mine on the rocks. Your poison. When you go to McDonald's, you can go on YouTube right now and they can show you some old hamburgers and chicken nuggets that been there for 5 years and ain't molded or nothing.
Right.
We'll still go to McDonald's and get us some food. We've been in the hands of the enemy. The white man put all this poison in the cigarette and he is still smoking.
Right.
So we need a God.
Right.
We need somebody who gonna help us.
Yes, sir.
We need somebody who gonna give us the right choice and let us make the right choice.
Right.
To choose whether we want to love the white man or we want to choose God in the person of Master Farad Muhammad
Yes,
and
sir.
Islam.
Yes, sir.
We need to make that choice.
Right.
So this is the purpose of the message,
Yes, sir.
is to give the black man a choice. Because before we didn't have a choice. The white man wasn't telling us before, the messenger, that cigarettes was even poison.
That's right.
They used to smoke cigarettes on airplanes. They used to smoke cigarettes in restaurants. Any way you wanted to smoke a cigarette, you could smoke a cigarette. But the messenger was the one who came and said, smoking is prohibited.
That's right.
All the way back in the 50s. Smoking is prohibited. But black people still used to try to smoke them cigarettes to look cool like the white man. But the messenger was the one to give you a choice, let you know, this poison,
That's right.
the hog poison.
That's right.
Never before the messenger did anybody tell us that the hog was divinely prohibited. Even as a Christian. I done read in the Bible plenty of time about the hog. I done heard it. Never thought that the hog was divinely prohibited. That's how the white man destroy your brain. You can hear the truth.
Right.
I done heard about the hog in church all my life. Still never thought that it was divinely prohibited. They could say that in the Old Testament that they didn't eat the hog because it was divinely prohibited. But I'll go eat me some pork chops like it ain't nothing.
Right.
Never did it cross my mind. Why did God make this divinely prohibited? Why shouldn't we eat it? Like, hey, that was for them. It's the white man. He
Right.
poisons your brain.
Right.
So you don't even think for yourself, the messenger said.
Right.
We don't think for ourselves. So the white man could tell us the truth. And we still won't accept it. But when the messenger comes, and give us that straight, plain truth, the heat of death, that make you really start thinking for real, like, wait a minute. That is true, heat of death. Then he show you our condition. That's the real thing that you see. Because I didn't see the condition of a black man until I became a Muslim. Until you can really separate people. Because before you think everybody's the same, pretty much. I like being black, but we human. You know, them niggas over there that's doing that, that's them. We black. I wish they wouldn't do it, but hey, I'm middle class. I ain't got to go around them niggas if I don't want to. So I just stay with the middle class black people and leave them ignorant niggas alone. We all human, you know? Well, I felt like I didn't like being around ignorant black people. I didn't hate them, but I'm like, we human. I like being black, but I don't like being around them type of brothers. So I let them brothers do what they do and I just be around these type of brothers. But when the messenger gives you and shows you we all in the same boat, that's when it get real. That's when it get real to you, like, I'm in the same boat with these. Can't get away from them. You can go in that neighborhood with them white folks, you still can't get away. Because now when you get the teachings of the message, you don't feel the same being around in these good neighborhoods with these devils like you would have been. You looking like they looking at you like, look at this nigga. This nigga, why he in here with us? But before you didn't see it like that. Like, I'm a human, they a human, we all get money. But when the messenger give you Islam, you will never be the same. You will never be the same, brother. You don't see people the same. When you hear a Muslim say brother, it's different from when you hear a Christian say brother. When a Muslim say brother, it's from the heart. That's my brother. When a Christian say brother, he talking about a deacon. You know, he talk about them deacons and trustees, brother such and brother this. He don't go out in the street and say brother. But a Muslim say brother all the time. Them brothers, man. I just brothers. Praise do to Allah. Even them brothers that commit crime, like, why does brother keep doing that, man? What's wrong with this brother? You know Islam can help your brother. You know you want to see Islam help your brother. Because you know Islam can help your brother. You know he your brother. You know we are the same kind. The message say, join on to your own kind. You never hear that in no Christianity. Your own kind. Christianity is your own kind when you a Christian. Liars is your own kind. You hang around like the birds of a feather flock together. So you like fornicating, you gonna hang with some more Christians that like fornicating. You like drinking, you gonna hang around some more Christians that like to drink. When you get the teachings of the message, you find out it ain't in your nature to do evil. And you gonna find some brothers that's like you. Islam. But you ain't satisfied with just you and a few more brothers. You want all black people be in Islam. You want all black people to know the white man is the devil. You don't want no black man to love the devil when you become a Muslim. You don't like to see black people love the devil when you know we the same kind. When you know we in the same boat. The message said no one person can rise above the condition of their people. No one person. Oprah Winfrey. She can come out with all these videos trying to attack the black man with this sexual harassment stuff. All the brothers. But she can't rise above the condition of her people. Them white people like this nigga. All these rapists we got raping your women. How come Oprah Winfrey ain't make no documentary about this sister? Oh, praise is due to Allah. Making it about the black man. I wouldn't make no documentary. Even if it's true, I ain't making it. The messenger used to criticize black magazines for putting out the filth and indecency of the black man. You don't praise that. Praise something good. All the black men and black women is doing something good. You need to make a documentary about that. Don't make no documentary about no R. Kelly. Leave him alone. Let the white man go and get him. Leave him alone. Let the white man get him if they gonna get him. You should feel mad that the brother was doing it, but I ain't gonna crucify the brother. I crucify the devil before I crucify the brother. But we don't do that in Christianity. Ain't nobody gonna crucify this devil. Or none of these devils. But they'll crucify them. There's something they should have did. There's always something you should have did. They shouldn't have been in there. Shouldn't have been over there. Shouldn't have did this. But these devils though. What they shouldn't have did. Just like with Kwame, he should be in jail. I remember when that Kwame thing first came out. I knew Kwame was wrong. I ain't gonna lie. But when we was around devils, I ain't never know. So what?
Right.
So what? I ain't gonna criticize no black man for no devil.
Right.
That's when you become a Muslim.
That's it.
I'd rather not even talk about this man. But I'm not gonna sit around no devils and talk about no black man.
That's right.
All the evil that the white man has done to the black man. What you look like? Talking about Kwame. Let's talk about Mike Duck.
That's right.
Not gonna talk about no black man. That's when you know he your brother.
That's right.
Regardless of what he do. What about the white man?
Right.
What about him? What about how the white man robbing the black man? What about that?
That's right.
That's what a Muslim gonna say.
Right. That's
All
right.
praise is due to Allah.
Right.
That thing with Oprah Winfrey, they come to you as a Muslim and say, let's make something about R. Kelly. No, let's make something about the devil.
Right. That's
Make
right.
something about this devil.
Right. That's right.
Now, and when we make it, we ain't gonna make it as her, the victim. She gonna be the hero.
Right. That's right.
All praise is due to Allah. That's how a Muslim gonna make the documentary.
That's right. That's right.
We gonna spend a whole lot of time on when she shot that man and burned him up.
Right.
That's what 95% of the movie gonna be. Her walking in there shooting him and burning him up. All the rest of that raping and stuff, we probably might not even show that. We might start it with her walking in the devil on this devil. But we'll have at the end show the stuff he did to her.
Right. Right.
That's how a Muslim gonna do.
Right.
Because the white man is the devil.
That's right.
It ain't in our nature to love the white man.
That's right.
The only reason why we love him is because we Christians.
That's it. That's right.
Only reason why God hates the white race.
That's right. That's right.
When I heard the messenger say that, I love that.
Right. Yes.
God hates the white race.
Right.
So if you want to hate him, you can hate him if you want to.
Right.
That's a Muslim. Muslims don't teach you not to hate. Muslims teach you the truth.
Right.
After you get the truth, you can make up your own mind. You a grown man and a grown woman.
That's it.
If you see all that the white man done to you, and you want to hate him if you want to hate him.
Right.
That's Islam.
Right.
Freedom, justice, and equality. Ain't none of these devils say we ain't gonna teach them to hate. They hate these brothers.
That's right.
Even if these brothers committed a crime, it's a humane way to punish people. It's a humane way to punish people. You don't just savagely punish a person even when they wrong. You a savage if you do that. You inhumane when you do that, but the white man just want an excuse. He raped this white woman. You raping white women. You rape black women.
Right.
You rape babies. What you talking about? He raped, so what? He raped her. That give you the right to hang this brother like that? Well, what should we do to you? You raped our whole race
That's right.
here in America.
That's it.
When you read these devils talking about Kwame, if Kwame deserved to be in prison, what do you deserve? If he deserved that. That's what the black man should be talking about. If Kwame deserved to be in jail, what Mike Duggan deserve?
Right.
What every white man in Michigan deserve? Because every white man in Michigan robbed Detroit.
That's right.
They was going to get an African town
Yeah. That's it.
in Detroit.
Yeah.
When Kwame, the same one who they say deserves to be in jail, Kwame and the city council was for African town.
That's right.
They felt like African town is something good for black people.
Right.
You got Greek town,
That's right.
you got Mexican town,
That's right.
they had Chinatown,
Yes, sir.
them Arabs got Dearborn,
Right.
Italians got their thing.
That's right.
So when they first presented this idea to Kwame and the city council, they felt like, yeah, we should have it. Why not?
Yes.
All the white people in the surrounding Detroit area put pressure on Kwame and the city council. Put pressure on them. So after them devils put pressure on them, then now they said, well, we think that's racist to have an African town for black people, to just exclude black people and have this money exclusively for them. I even read an article to show you how much of the white man is a hypocrite. This news reporter asked this devil, said, well, why do you think that African town is racist for black people when you got Greek town?
Right.
He was like, well, you know, Greek town, they done had that for a long time. Now we making up for all that stuff that was back then, and that's racist. Nah, we didn't change, we done came a long way. White man in Christianity can tell them Christians that. But a Muslim, no. We want our own.
Right.
We want something for ourselves.
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's when the messenger let you know that's your black brother. You want something for yourself.
Right. right.
That's the nature of the black man.
That's right.
Kwame wanted to do good for the city.
That's right.
When he came in,
Yes,
yeah, he was arrogant. He was a black man, though. Yeah, he was flamboyant. I used to see Kwame with all them brothers. But look at Kwame.
Yeah.
Still a brother, though.
That's right.
Still a brother.
That's right.
Yeah, he did some wrong, but he don't deserve what they gave him.
That's right.
Bottom line.
That's right. That's
All
right.
praise is due to Allah.
That's right. That's right.
Get sick of hearing these devils, these hypocritical devils, talking about that's where he needed to be. Then I read another article. When the state police had tased that little brother who was riding his little ATV, they gonna reward his family with, I think it's $12 million. So I went under the article and read the comments of them devils. They mad that they gonna get money. They don't even feel no remorse for this little 14-year-old boy.
Right.
Say he shouldn't have been riding his little ATV in the street. Then they start talking about his mom and daddy, like his mom and daddy raising a criminal. No remorse at all. That's the white man.
That's right.
So how would we look like as Muslims to talk about Kwame, any black man, or Kelly, anybody,
Right.
like that? Yeah, they shouldn't have did it. But why should we criticize our own race for the devil?
That's right.
The messenger used to say sometimes you should put that stuff on the back page,
Right.
somewhere where it might be overlooked.
Right.
The black man don't need to hear nothing about no R. Kelly. Black people knew what R. Kelly was doing. Well, why you ain't stop him then? When you always knew not a white man gonna get on R. Kelly. Now everybody wanna get on. No. The message said Islam for the black man.
That's right.
You teach the black man Islam, he wouldn't want to do that to his women.
That's right.
But if you let him be a Christian, then he gonna be a Christian.
That's right.
R. Kelly been talking about drinking and smoking for years. Black people loved R. Kelly. But now that the white man, the real Christian now, want to act good. That's what the Christians do. They play like they good every now and then. For the image for the world, like, oh, this raping, this R. Kelly, he need to go. Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
How did anybody? Bill Cosby and the devil who they charged Bill Cosby with look like a man. Bill Cosby done been around Felicia Rashad all of it.
Right. Right.
He ain't poisoned her.
Right.
But this devil that look like a man.
Right.
Then another devil that look like she done had play, he got a drug them devil.
Yeah.
No, I ain't criticizing no Bill Cosby.
Right. That's
I'm
right.
criticizing the black. All praise to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bill Cosby did some things I don't agree with, but I ain't criticizing the black man.
Right.
Islam for the black man.
That's right.
No one person rises above the condition of their people. So even if you talk about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, you still look like a fool.
That's right.
No one person rises above the condition of their people. So if we in the condition, we all in the condition.
Yes, sir.
If Islam gonna help one of us, Islam gonna help us all.
That's right.
If Christianity is gonna hurt us, it is Christianity gonna hurt us all.
That's right.
That's the actual facts.
Yes, sir.
That's why I say which one will survive the war of Armageddon.
Yes, sir.
The white man turned R. Kelly into a pedophile like he is. The white man turned Bill Cosby. That's why I love the teachings of the message.
That's right.
Now you can put it on the white man.
No, that's right.
All praise to Allah.
Yes, sir.
I don't have no problem doing it. It's the white man's fault.
Right, right,
All of it.
right.
It was the white man who taught Kwame Kilpatrick how to be a politician.
Right.
Show political world. Why I'm going to criticize Kwame Kilpatrick? The white man. Islam for the black man.
That's right.
So, brothers and sisters, I don't want to prolong the time, so I'll leave you as I came in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
Brothers and sisters, we rise to prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, all praise due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful. So, Master's day of judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray if they heard thy teachings. Say he Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is ever to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.
Watch us on YouTube. Search Muhammad's Temple of Islam through your YouTube app, on your phone, smart TV, or your computer. Be sure to subscribe to Muhammad's Temple of Islam when you watch us on YouTube.